What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you my week 3 battles from Arroh's Draft League. If you don't know what Arroh's Draft League is, it's essentially a bunch of the top battlers in the world competing in a Poke Draft League. Check out my first video in this series for more information on that. But this week's battles, or week 3's battles, were super hype. A lot of great matches in here, so let's get right into these battles. So my first opponent here is up against Speediest Chief, very talented battler running Deoxys, Umbreon, Toxicroak, Regirock, Frostlass, and Ferrothorn there, and you can see my team on the screen there. So I already know that Galvantula is essentially gonna be my key to victory against Speediest's team here. Nothing on his team actually hard counters my Galvantula, especially with an energy advantage. So I pretty much have complete freedom to either run Galvantula as the safe swap, or I could even put it in the lead, or I could keep it in the back and save 2 shields for it. So I really have a lot of flexibility with my team comps, but definitely I'm centering my team around Galvantula. I led Cresselia against Speediest team on the first game here, and I'm running Psycho Cut and then Moonblast and Future Sight as my moveset on Cresselia there. So obviously my Cresselia really just needs to avoid like the Ferrothorn and the Umbreon. Other than that, it has pretty neutral matchups. Even the Frostlass isn't too scary. The Shadow Ball is obviously going to hit for a lot of damage, but it's not too bad. So here you see my Ferrothorn against, or you see my Galvantula against the Ferrothorn. Obviously the Volt Switches are resisted here. Ferrothorn along with Regirock, those are kind of Speediest 2 best responses to my Galvantula. I immediately switch in my Cresselia there so I don't get farmed down by that Defense Deoxys, but I do have Vigoroth in the back, and so I have pretty solid alignment here. Now, Future Sight is going to be resisted because of Defense Deoxys' Psychic typing, so I'm just going straight for Moonblast here. It's going to take 3 Moonblasts to KO this Defense Deoxys though, but Cresselia is so bulky. These Rock Slides really aren't doing that much. The counters really aren't doing that much. And I just need to land 1 more Moonblast, and then I have a very healthy Vigoroth that is going to be able to kind of clutch it up. I saw that my switch clock was coming up. I knew that my opponent Speediest was going to switch immediately, and so I'm able to catch that. I saved that energy. I did not dump it into the Ferrothorn, and so I'm able to take a pretty convincing game 1 there. Good game. Going to put Stunfisk in the lead. I'm anticipating possibly a Regirock in the lead. Umbreon is okay. That's totally fine. This is a fairly neutral matchup. Typically, I like to go straight for the Earthquake right off the bat because it's rare that an Umbreon at full health tends to shield the first move. There's really no need to because it's not going to be lethal. So I'm able to land that Earthquake, and then Speediest immediately swaps into Toxicroak. So because I have Cresselia in the back, this is a pretty hard counter to Toxicroak. Obviously, I'm not running Confusion, so my fast moves really aren't that threatening. But Moonblast, even though it hits for neutral here, is definitely going to be able to take out Toxicroak at this range. So down goes Toxicroak. I know that Umbreon's going to come back in and get a decent amount of farm, but it can't really fast move me down. And Moonblast is going to be hitting for super effective on that, which is why I really enjoy running Moonblast and Future Sight as my charge moves on Cresselia here. Both of them are such strong hitting moves, especially when I'm running Psycho Cut. Out comes Regirock. So my Stunfisk is going to be able to be switch locked against this Regirock. And then I still have my Galvantula in the back. Double shield to Galvantula is just going to totally sweep this game. I think I do shield this up because obviously this is a good matchup here, but I'm able to overfarm a little bit and then throw the Earthquake. Regirock is a little bit deceptively fast in getting to those moves. It gets to the Stone Edge quicker than Registeel gets to those Flash Cannons, so the pacing with Regirock is slightly different. Going to be able to land this Earthquake, and then really there's no need for me to stay in this matchup anymore. I can just switch into, oh, actually it was a CMP tie, so Galvantula is going to be able to come in, and I'm going to be able to Volt Switch down this Umbreon. Unfortunately for Speedy, it's just my team lines up so well against his. This was a very favorable week for me in team comps, other than one opponent, which you will see. But so this is probably one of his best matchups here against the Galvantula. So I actually use Vigoroth as the safe swap. I wanted to bait out this Toxicroak, and I know I'm gonna get shields from this. Or he has to dump energy. He can't fully farm me down. So I'm gonna throw this Body Slam. He might want to commit to the full farm down. He's gonna have to shield if he wants to do that. Even though Toxicroak is resisting those counters, that did so much damage. And I successfully baited out the Toxicroak, and I stored this energy, so I'm able to win CMP. He did not want the energy to go to waste, so he did shield that up. The reason I constructed my line of 3 like this, Vigoroth as the safe swap I knew would bait out his Toxicroak, and then my Stunfisk could avoid it. So I'm out of shields, but Toxicroak is out of the picture, so I know that my... oh, out comes Regirock. I'm going to store all of that energy and then switch into my Stunfisk here. I know Regirock doesn't have a move yet. I know my Galvantula is going to win CMP against everything here. This Earthquake is not going to be enough to KO the Ferrothorn because it does hit for neutral, but as you can see, I'm going to get a perfect Mudshot farm down off of this Ferrothorn, and this is going to allow me to land a move on the Regirock. Literally perfect amount of energy that I'm able to get to this Earthquake and take out this Regirock. Very good game, Speedy. It was really tough battles for him, just purely based on team comp. So this next set of battles is up against Shiny Hunter Ben, running Sableye, Dugong, Zapdos, Bastiodon, Blaziken, and Jumpluff. So kind of spicy there at the end. I see Sableye in the lead. This is a fairly neutral matchup for my Stunfisk here. Obviously, I do need to land the Earthquake to kind of make this a successful matchup for me, but just going to stay in here. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake and just see what happens. Because I can essentially double Earthquake if I commit 1 shield, but I'm actually going to switch into Vigoroth right now. Out comes Blaziken. I was not expecting him to bring Blaziken, but I'm really glad that I'm getting it on the field now. And as you can see, Vigoroth as a safe swap is just so strong here. Blaziken has to throw energy. I'm going to let this go. Fine by me. I'm up in shields. I know Blaziken is out of the picture, so I'm anticipating that my Galvantula should have some favorable matchups in the back as long as he did not bring Bastiodon. If he brought Bastiodon, I am scared. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness it's Jumpluff. I overfarmed there just a little bit, so I'm 1 Volt Switch past. Gonna throw the lunge. Jumpluff is essentially a budget version of Tropius. It kind of functions the same, but the fast move, you really aren't doing that much damage, but you do generate energy pretty quickly with Bullet Seed there. Gonna throw the lunge, and then I swap into my Stunfisk to catch what I assume to be an Aerial Ace, so good move on my part. Out comes the Sableye again. Just gonna go straight for the Earthquake. He has to shield this if he wants to keep it alive, and he does correctly shield it. Really not good for me, but then he throws his energy, so I'm in a pretty good spot here. I let this go, save both shields for Galvantula, and I'm looking great here. I even snuck in a Volt Switch on that switch in, which was very wild. And then I'm able to get this lunge before Sableye throws another move, which is good for me. I knew that the Jumpluff threw an Aerial Ace before I got out of there, so I'm going to be able to Volt Switch it down. A good game there. Going to lead Galvantula. I just really need to avoid this Bastiodon in the lead. Anything else is fine. Blaziken, this is totally fine. The counters are resisted. Obviously, the Fire Punch is going to really hurt. So he instantly switches into Jumpluff here. And I have Vigoroth and Stunfisk in the back, so I'm going to debuff the Stunfisk. Now, what I want to do here is I want to leave this matchup with as much stored energy as possible, because I know that the Blaziken is going to be coming in again and getting some farm. So if I don't have energy to threaten it, I'm going to put myself in a really terrible spot. Jumpluff is very, very bulky though. So I'm going to have to land another Rock Slide, but I do want to farm up as much energy as possible. I felt like this was going to be an Aerial Ace, but it's an Energy Ball. I knew I would still survive it though. And now I have minimal health to be farmed and some residual energy that I can throw. Oh, he actually shields that there, which I was very surprised by. So I'll just throw both of these Rock Slides. He double shields, so I'm going to aggressively switch in my Vigoroth here and get a jump start on energy. This jump bluff is still debuffed, but I do shield that up. Debatably a mistake. Out comes the Blaziken. Could have possibly gone for Bulldoze here, but I'm going to go for Body Slam and then get some farm off of this Blaziken as well. I will shield this up and fully commit to the farm down. If it's Bastiodon in the back, I need my Vigoroth. Did he bring Bastiodon? Out comes the jump bluff. I counter it down. It is Bastiodon. Thank goodness I preserved my Vigoroth. Otherwise, I would be totally screwed here. Galvantula would really struggle. I'm able to land that Bulldoze. And then this Body Slam should be able to take out the Bastiodon there. Oof, thank goodness I saw that Bastiodon in the back because it's going to be scaring the lead. Okay, I'm going to totally mix it up here. Let's bring Cresselia in and see what happens. Don't lead Bastiodon. Okay, I run into the Blaziken. Really good for me. And the outcomes Jump Bluff. I'm very curious as to why he used like Blaziken and Jump Bluff as a core against my team. Obviously, Blaziken looks good against like my Stunfisk and has play against Galvantula and my Vigoroth. So that makes sense. The Jump Bluff is a very interesting pick though. Unfortunately, this thing just doesn't output enough damage in a lot of these matchups. It is very bulky, but in a lot of scenarios, it's so bulky that I'm able to get extra farm off of it, which is kind of not great. So here I actually commit a shield, and then I'm going to fully commit to the farm down here. Ooh, I think my defense fell with that energy ball, which is not great. So I throw the Body Slam, and then I'm barely able to get to a second Body Slam here. Let's go, Vigoroth. Down goes Blaziken. It's Sableye in the back, okay? I obviously need to bring Stunfisk on this, but if I can land a Moonblast on the Sableye, that's going to be great as well. So I have to let this through. I think straight Rock Slide is the play here because 2 shields are up still. I'm kind of in a sketchy spot though. Definitely sketchy because I'm definitely in range of possibly getting hit by another move. Out comes the Jump Bluff, and this is the dream scenario because I'm going to be able to Psycho Cut this down, get a Moonblast to threaten the Sableye. I still have energy stored on my Stunfisk. Just throw this Moonblast. Sableye has to shield this. And then all I need to do is get to an Earthquake. Oh, the attack got dropped. And he actually has to throw energy here. This is really what allowed me to win the game. He had to throw energy. And then I'm barely able to get to this Earthquake. I think he was like 1 Shadow Claw off from another foul play. Really close battles there, Ben. Good game. Good game. These battles are up against Lemon Lime. I got matched up against him in the first week, I think, and he beat me. So I was definitely looking for some revenge here. Running Tropius, Altaria, Bastiodon, Shadow Machamp, which is always scary, Skuntank, and Granbull. I did not know whether or not his Granbull had Snarl or Charm, so we kind of need to discover that. This is not the best, but it's not the worst. I'm going to go straight lunge here. And he shields it, so good for me. I'm able to sneak in a Volt Switch while he's throwing his charge move, but he also snuck in a counter, so kind of weird mechanic there. Out comes Tropius. I'm going to throw a lunge here first, which is debatably a mistake, because I have a... as you can see, I was too slow to switch out here. That's another mistake for sure. I have to shield this, but I'm going to store a move before I leave. Now I'm going to switch into Stunfisk, but this is not great. I need to leave this Tropius matchup, again, with stored energy to threaten that Machamp, because Machamp is going to come out and farm so much. So ideally, if I could like land an Earthquake on the Machamp, it'd be great. I'm capped at 100. Gonna throw the Rock Slide. I could like maybe undercharge this by a couple bubbles, but I don't. It's very hard to time that. And then I throw this Rock Slide here. This was a stupid play. I somehow get the shield. He would have survived it anyways. And I'm able to get to this Rock Slide with 1 HP. So maybe it was a heads up play to go double Rock Slide. So I was able to get 2 moves. And then I go for the combo play with Galvantula. I do not want to be farmed. I take out the Machamp. What is in the back? It's a Skuntank. So this is actually kind of scary because my My Stunfisk has no health. And here I make a brutal mistake. I'm trying to go for Bulldoze because I thought I would be able to make it. And I'm wrong. I lost CMP there. I don't think Body Slam would have KO'd though. But it would have put it in low enough health that maybe those 2 mud shots would have. So I made a mistake there. Very close game. I'm going to bring in Drifblim, then Vigoroth and Stunfisk in the back. Let's see what happens. I really like Drifblim against this team. I just need to avoid the Bastiodon. This is a totally playable matchup for me. I get to Icy Wind at the same pace that this Tropius gets to Leaf Blade. So I'm going to throw this Icy Wind right off the bat. But I would like to have a little bit of overcharged energy, depending on what he wants to switch in, because there's no way he wants to stay in this matchup. Out comes Granbull, and it is a Snarl Granbull. This is not good. It's a CMP tie here. I know it's going to be a crunch. I have to shield it up. I'm going to throw this Icy Wind and see what happens. I have Vigoroth and Stunfisk in the back. So I'm going to actually bring out Vigoroth here. I have dropped the Granbull's attack. So I can tank this close combat, and I'm fully committed to the farm down on this Granbull without perfectly not getting hit by another move, which is great for me. I have a lot of stored energy, so whatever comes in, I'm going to be able to dump some energy. Okay, it's Tropius. Going to throw a Body Slam here. I'm figuring that stinking Machamp is in the back, though, and it is. I'm able to throw this Body Slam. It for sure gets shielded, but I'm not out of the woods yet. I have Stunfisk in the back. And my Drifblim is not that healthy and does not have that much energy. Has like no energy. So this is really bad. Have to shield this up. If this is a bait, it's game over. Luckily, it is a Rock Slide. I'm over farming here. I'm trying to not let him get a counter in. Very close to another Icy Wind. I land that Icy Wind, and then I'm able to get there right as he is receiving the energy for the Rock Slide. Crazy close. He lost track of my energy, thank goodness. At this point, I can Mud Shot down the Tropius, and then I'm going to have a move to threaten that Shadow Machamp. I was correct in predicting that it was the Shadow Machamp in the back, but I knew it was going to be very tricky because that alignment was not going to be in my favor there at the end. And I'm able to, this is massive overkill, but I'm going to Earthquake the Machamp to take it out there. Good game. We're going to a game 3. Cresselia lead. I just need to avoid the stinking Bastiodon. He has not led with Bastiodon yet. So, Shadow Machamp. This is a great lead for me. He insta-swaps that Granbull again. Now, Cresselia can tank a crunch just fine. So, this is non-stab crunch. I tank it. Unfortunately, I did throw this move. I kind of want to chip this, and then I want to go for this Vigoroth farm down again. I'm going to shield this because I want this energy stored so when the Machamp does come back in, I have something to threaten it. I don't even have a move stored. That's kind of a wonky play there. I didn't quite know what I wanted to do there. But if Machamp comes back in, it would have to double shield if it wants to fully farm me down. Otherwise, it's going to have to commit some energy here. So there's one shield, looking good for me. He does throw energy here. And I'm actually going to let this go. I'm able to get Cresselia aligned with this again, and my Stunfisk is able to avoid the Machamp. So that's really good for me. Because I have this stored energy, I'm able to get to this Moonblast, but I need to get rid of this stinking Machamp. If I get baited here again, it's pretty much game over. I was able to sneak in a Psycho Cut there. That's actually pretty huge. I get baited. And then he catches on his Skuntank. Oh my gosh, amazing play. But I'm able to bring out my Stunfisk. I just need to leave this with 100 energy. I need to leave this with some energy that I can throw on the Machamp. I'm going to have to eat a crunch. Looks like he's not running Flamethrower. I have back-to-back rock slides here, so I'm going to throw this Rock Slide. Should have farmed a little bit more. Definitely should have farmed a little bit more. And then I panicked here and threw a Rock Slide. This is not enough to KO. I should have committed, but I knew that he had residual energy. I'm able to Mud Shot it down and take that game. Very, very close games. Good game, Lemon Lime. All right, the final battles are up against Jangles, and his team does not line up. Well, his team lines up very, very well against mine. Obstagoon is a huge problem. Alolan Marowak is a huge problem. Jirachi, also a problem. I got a lot of problems against his team. So these are going to be very, very tough battles for me. I'm going to throw the Moonblast here on the Wigglytuff. I need 2 charge moves to take this thing out anyways. So yes, Future Sight is more energy efficient, but I need to hit it with 2 moves anyways. So I'm going to double Moonblast. He's staying in. I want to get off another charge move on this, so I will shield up this Play Rough. And then out comes the Alolan Marowak. This is why I'm running Future Sight specifically for this. It's going to hit for a lot of neutral damage there. I'm able to bring out my Ludicolo. I make a huge misplay here. Since I'm fully committing to the farm down here, I should commit a shield right here. This Shadow Ball hurts so much, and I don't have enough health to really do anything with this anymore. I should have shielded once because I knew I was going to commit to the bubble down. Out comes the Wigglytuff. I'm going to be able to throw this energy ball. I had 100 energy stored. Boy, wouldn't it have been nice? Wouldn't it have been nice to still have my Ludicolo? But I let it go down. Azumarill in the back is a big problem here. Now, I'm trying to sneak in a free counter here to get any sort of energy advantage I can. I'm going to switch into Cresselia right now. I know I'm going to be able to get to a move, and this is going to get the last shield. I have a lot of energy stored on my Vigoroth. So it gets shielded. I really wish I got the attack debuff there. I throw the Body Slam. No bubble comes through. I have a little bit more than 2 Body Slams stored right here. It was actually a CMP tie there, so I get hit by Hydro Pump. Really not good. I'm 1 counter away from getting to another Body Slam. This is going to be crazy close. And I'm able to get there. I survive with 1 HP, and this Body Slam is just enough to take out this Azumarill. That was a crazy close game. Really dumb play on my part not preserving the Ludicolo, though. So I'm going with the Drifblim lead here. We'll see what happens. Drifblim into Obstagoon. This is technically okay in the 1 shield. I shield up this first one because technically it's going to be the one that hits for the most damage. Unless he gets a boost, and then it's just like game over if he gets the boost. So I land the Icy Wind. And then I have to let this one through. I'm already down a shield. This is not looking good. Obviously my hexes are triple resisted, so this is like really bad. Land that Icy Wind, and then he switches into Wigglytuff, and I'm staying in because I don't have a hard punish to it. My Drifblim took so much damage there. Maybe I should have thrown the Icy Wind before swapping out. I don't know. I need to hit this thing with 2 moves anyways though, but I'm in a really bad spot. I have to let this Play Rough go. I know I'm going to be able to get to another move, but I'm going to get charmed down. But then I can actually bring in my I really wish that he would have shielded that, because I would have been able to bring in my Vigoroth for a really nice farm. Now his Obstagoon gets a nice farm, and I'm not able to get to that Moonblast. Oh man, I was so not thrilled when that happened. I'm going to bring out my Vigoroth here. These counters are going to be hitting for double super effective. I can tank this. Oh, he's running Cross Chop, man. It's a Alolan Marowak in the back, and at this point I'm just totally screwed. Even if I Icy Wind baited here, it was just not good. I totally got outpicked team comp wise. He brought the Obstagoon and the freaking Alolan Marowak, and it was just not good at all. Did not line up well against my team at all. Unfortunately, Cresselia just did not have a target there. Galvantula, I don't know why I did not bring in Galvantula against this set. I'm scared against the Alolan Marowak. The Abomasnow is not great for Galvantula either, but I keep bringing in this Cresselia, which is arguably a huge mistake, especially since he adapted very well in that second game. So we'll see how this third game goes here. Cresselia into Azumarill. This is fairly neutral. I'm not running Grass Knot, so it's not favorable for me. Instead, it's kind of more of a neutral matchup. I'm going to go straight for the Future Sight here because it does hit for more damage, and the Azumarill never shields that first move. Now, one more Future Sight will put it into Psycho Cut farm down range. So there's the stinking Alolan Marowak again. I don't have a hard punish to this, so I'm going to chip it with Future Sight, and then I'm going to bring in my Stunfisk. This allows the Alolan Marowak to be in Rock Slide range, which is really good for me. I get hit by a Bone Club, that's fine by me. I overfarm just a little bit. Now I'm going to throw the Rock Slide. I don't want to get hit by another Bone Club, but I know the Azumarill is going to be coming back in because it wants to farm, so I wanted as much energy as possible. I'm going to throw this Earthquake here. I'm wondering if he's going to shield it. He does shield it, okay. I have no idea what's in the back, but if it's Obstagoon, I'm unsure of what's going to happen here. I'm going to bring out my Cresselia again. It's Jirachi, and I'm barely too slow to the swap here, so this Jirachi kind of has one confusion's worth of an energy advantage. And shame on me, I really should... Okay, I do go for Body Slam here. But as you can see, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get to Bulldoze, maybe I can get to Bulldoze, but I don't. And then I lose the CMP tie when I discover that I'm not able to get there. And because I did not get off that Body Slam chip damage, you will see it's very close here, but that was actually the thing that lost me the game because I was not able to get that chip damage. Insanely close battles. I hope you all enjoy these draft battles. They're really fun, really intense against some of the best battlers in the world. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thank you all for watching, and you can check out the conclusion of this game here. I'll see you all in the next video.